It's not easy being a pioneer, especially when you have to explain a concept as complex and as abstract as artificial intelligence. That's right. And that is the massive Herculean task on the shoulders of Huawei with the brand new Honor V10 that they are calling your first AI phone. I'm Ankit Vengurlekar and this is the Tech 2 review of the Honor View 10. Okay, Google, how long will it take to reach Mars from planet Earth?
If such a probe traveled in a straight line to Mars, the time it would take to get to Mars would be closest possible approach 942 hours.
Oh, that's it. Well, that sounds doable. Well, believe it or not, you and I have already been using artificial intelligence in our daily lives. Every single time that you speak to your phone via Google or a smart assistant like Alexa or Siri, you are using artificial intelligence. Every time you become a zombie and spend countless hours watching completely senseless content on your Facebook timeline, you are succumbing to the AI-backed algorithm on Facebook's timeline. So artificial intelligence is already a part of our life, but in a very invisible and a very behind-the-scene manner. For Huawei to make it front and center on their brand new flagship phone, the View 10, and call it the first artificial intelligence phone for you is kind of a very difficult marketing proposition because it gives you the responsibility of creating these big aha moments with artificial intelligence, which I don't think the View 10 manages to do very successfully. What it does, however, manage to do successfully is build a solid, robust, super good-looking, mid-premium flagship phone. I don't like keeping the best for the last, which is why I'm just gonna get it out of the way already. For the price and at the time of filming this particular video, all I know is that this phone, the View 10, is going to be priced similar to the launch price of its erstwhile avatar, which is the Honor 8 Pro, which means about 29,999. And at that particular price, it is a fantastic proposition. However, there are some performance glitches. If you're looking for stellar performance, especially in gaming, then even though it's more expensive by 4,000 rupees, we would recommend the OnePlus 5T. If you're a complete selfie freak, I would recommend the Vivo V5 or the V7 or the V7 Plus family of phones. Or if you want to save some money and still want a good overall versatile package, you can also take a look at the Moto X4. But then why am I saying that the Huawei Honor View 10 is still a fantastic proposition? Here's why. Numero uno, the build quality and the display. Now, the first thing that really hits you is this gorgeous 6-inch display. It's beautiful, it's bright, the color reproduction is accurate, the sunlight visibility and legibility of text is fantastic. It's one of the best displays in this particular price segment, and we love it that it has an 18:9 aspect ratio. The screen to body ratio is progressively inching towards the optimum ratio that is possible. We love the all-metal body. I absolutely am a big fan of this blue color that Huawei's got with their phones. The design, I would say, the design issue here would only be that it looks very close to a 15,000 rupee Huawei Honor 7X, which is great for people who are spending 15K and are getting such a good-looking device, but not so good for people who are spending double the amount of money. They don't really get a phone that looks twice as good as the Honor 7X. Of course, if it's Huawei, it has to be a dual camera implementation, and the Honor View 10 gets a raised camera bump with these minion-like eyes staring right into your face. There's a 20 megapixel and a 16 megapixel RGB and a monochrome sensor at the rear, and a 13 megapixel front-facing camera, f1.8 aperture on both, and shoots full high-definition video. No optical image stabilization, but the EIS, which is electronic image stabilization, is actually very decent, especially when you're shooting video on the move. Now, the camera is the department that I had the highest hopes from Huawei Honor View 10, and it is also unfortunately the department where as of now I am partially disappointed. I have also heard this from the management at Huawei that on the 5th of January, which is actually a day after this video is going to go up, the 5th of Jan, a massive camera software update is going to come to the View 10 devices. Remember, the device only starts shipping out post 5th. So whoever gets the phone, the first thing that they will have to do is, as soon as they get the phone and put their SIM card or connect to Wi-Fi, is update their phone, which will bring a lot new artificial intelligence features and a ton of camera capabilities to their brand new device. And on the basis of the software that is already in place, I am, like I said, partially disappointed with the camera performance. It lacks details even in broad daylight. Low light pictures are really bad. I think I'm gonna have to do an updated video review of the camera post the software upgrade. As of now, I see that the hardware is supremely capable of producing stellar images. I mean, of course, the 8 Pro, last year's flagship, was one of the best dual camera implementations in that budget in 2017. So I can't really wait to see what the View 10 is capable of. But even with this sort of fractured software, the video quality is great. The electronic image stabilization is good. The front camera, the selfie, I'm not a fan of it because it just makes everything and everyone looks super plastered. I'm a 35-year-old guy. I've got my creases on my face and it just makes me look like a 16, 17, 18-year-old teenager who's got blemish-free skin. I don't want to look that Huawei. I want to look who I am. I want to look real. So hopefully that gets fixed in the camera upgrade. The quality is good, the build quality is good, the battery life is fantastic. I mean, I'm a heavy user, a ton of YouTubing, a ton of Netflixing, a ton of music streaming, constantly on with 4G and VoLTE and things like that. And I easily get through a day thanks to the 3750 milliamp hour battery. Something strange with the charger. In India, you only get a 2 amp charger. In UK, you get a 4.5 amp charger, which means there's much faster charging of the phone to full capacity outside of India. And in India, that's an accessory that you have to pay more for. I understand why they might do this, because they want to keep the overall cost of the phone out of the store less. But I would have loved an option of a bundle, you know, with the faster charger in it, Huawei. Now it comes with Android's latest build, Android Oreo 8.0 and EMUI 8.0, which is a skin that Huawei has built on top of Android. Now, overall, the skin is good, it's spiffy, it's super quick, animations are to the minimum, but the problem is in custom apps that Honor has loaded onto the phone. Now, there are so many apps, the bloatware literally takes up one entire page of apps on your smartphone. And I wouldn't have minded it if they were optimized to use features like quick shortcuts that Android Oreo brings. You know, a lot of those really cool features don't work on Huawei's custom apps. The second thing is Huawei's marketing team would really want to look at your Honor app, which is basically a showcase of your store and all your latest models. There's a ton of formatting issues over there. Text is getting cut, overlapped, fonts are not in sync. I'm sorry, I'm a bit of a grammar freak and I love formatting and good spellings and punctuations and commas. So just kindly look into that, please. As is one of the hottest trends of 2017 and now 2018, face unlock. This does come with a couple of facial features. This really nifty feature, which also works provided you're in a well-lit environment, is on a lock screen, the View 10 only shows notifications to a registered, to an enrolled face. It's a very good security feature, okay? But what it strangely does not do at all is face unlock. Of course, thank you, Huawei, for bringing in a very good, super fast, super responsive fingerprint biometric sensor right here, up here in the front. Thank you. This and a headphone jack are two of my favoriteest features of the Honor View 10. Overall, the performance has been fantastic from the Kirin 970 chipset, but gaming has been a mixed bag of emotions. Now your regular, you know, Temple Run, Candy Crush kind of games, if people still play that, that just works absolutely fine. But a little more graphic intensive games like Mortal Kombat or Breakneck, have you guys played Breakneck? It's totally addictive. So when there are more graphic intense scenes like Explosion, for example, The Mali 672M12 GPU just does not catch up. There is stuttering, there are freeze frames, the phone heats up significantly overall, not in one particular region. So as per a gamer, I don't think this would be your go-to choice. Of course, they may be able to fix this on software updates, but as of now, it doesn't give the best hardcore gaming experience. Of course, for casual gamers, it's more than sufficient. It also packs in a sumptuous 6GB of RAM, 128GB of internal storage, and you also have the option of bumping it up with a micro SD card. Now, at this particular price, 128 gigs is a phenomenal amount of storage, because on the OnePlus 5T, you're going to have to spend literally another 8,000 rupees to get similar storage. I'd like to conclude the review of the Huawei View 10 by saying this, that it's a very, very capable mid-premium smartphone, great hardware, incredibly promising, but software sort of holds it back from making it a superlative mid-premium flagship phone. The good thing is it can be fixed. So Huawei Honor, I'm looking at you, and bring out that camera software update and that gaming performance issue. If you can fix that, this is a fantastic recommendation for about 30K region for a mid-premium flagship phone. This has been a lot of fun. Let us know in the comments section what you think of our review of the View 10. Also, don't forget to go over to tech2.com and read Rehan's extremely detailed text review of the Huawei View 10, of the Honor View 10, and let us know, do you agree with me, do you disagree with me? If you do, why? Let's have a dialogue about it. Stay tuned, and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page if you're watching this over there, and stay tuned for some other really cool and kick-ass content.